Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to what is crunch time on the Fergie way. We're now in episode 24 of season 3, and if you've been following, you'll know that today's episode is the second leg of the semi-final of the Champions League with Spurs, and we currently, we don't hold anything, we don't hold any cards. It's a 1-1 draw. We're going to White Hart Lane, and we're going to have to grab an away goal to try and do anything with this now. So we need to score, but as you know, I only have 2 of my 4 strikers. So if you watched yesterday's episode, guys, you'll know that, of course, we could have won the Premier League. We only needed a point. It didn't happen. I had to bring up players from the under-18s to try and basically save the legs of the lads for the Champions League semi-final. And it basically bit me. It didn't matter, though, because I've got Brighton and I've got, in fact, we'll have a quick look. I've got Brighton and Burnley. I need a point from either one of those games that's going to secure us a league. So it wasn't that much of a stress. The only thing that was a problem, of course, was the fact that the squad now is a little bit different than we're used to seeing it. You know, we've got fairly goods in the morales and we've got very goods and goods. And we're used to seeing sort of very good and superb all the way through. So I have just had a little team meeting with the guys to buoy them up again. And other than that, there's not really been any news, as I'm sure you'll know. So these episodes over the last few days have been shorter because we're basically having almost no gaps whatsoever between episodes because the games are all becoming relatively important now. But one thing I will say, we just take a look. We're not going to get that crunch tie in the final against PSG, who knocked us out last year, because Real Madrid went through. So that's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. Obviously, PSG beat us last year. They've got quite a strong team. But we've now got Real Madrid if we, of course, beat Tottenham today. So either way, it's going to be a tough game. But I think it would have just given it a little bit more spice, an extra edge. So what we're going to do now is we are going to head straight over to game day. I want to pick the strongest team available to me. And we're going to get straight into today's game against Spurs. So we're going to move into the team selection screens. And the importance of this fixture, honestly, my arse is making buttons. It's the one that we've been going for all season. And it's finally come down to a game that ordinarily, we walk into a lot of games and we think, yes, we're going to win this, you know, we're good enough, etc., etc. But at the moment, the way the team have been playing, and more importantly, the way Spurs have been playing, they've upped the game over the last sort of few fixtures I've played against them. It's, I don't know, it's a slightly worrying time. Coupled with the fact that I'm missing Juan Mata, who's been a stalwart as the attack midfielder. And of course, we only have Martial and Rashford, and both of them at the moment, they're sort of over the last 5 games, have only played late 6s instead of sort of the 7s and upwards that we're used to. So I just feel almost a little bit vulnerable. But yeah, we'll look at the Tottenham team first. So they've got Lloris, Danny Rose, Vertonghen, Alderweireld and Walker. Eric Dier, Dele Alli, Felipe Anderson, Firmino, Lamela and Harry Kane. Pretty much as they've lined up in almost every time we face them. As we move on to the United team, which I've picked, basically everyone's fit enough. Everyone's in sort of mid-90s in sort of match fitness. Everyone's pretty sharp as well. So when it's come to the likes of like Romagnoli's in over Smalling, based on their form over the last 5 games. We've got Darmian in because, to be honest, just lately he's been absolutely ripping it. I've got Sidibe, of course, on the bench. But yeah, so we've got De Gea in net, David Alaba, Eric Bailly, Romagnoli and Darmian. We have Pogba in the advanced playmaker role. Ruben Neves, whose pass completion this year has been 91%. 91%. He has been absolutely stellar back there. Unsung hero position. I've said that before. If you're playing a sort of central midfielder and defensive, it's not often they're going to get the headlines, but nonetheless, he's been doing the job an absolute good one. We have Renato Sanchez playing in the support role. Then, of course, we have young Callum Gribben. Maybe today's his time to shine because we're going to need a spark today. We're going to need it to come from somewhere, and I'm hoping it can come from him. And then, as we say, we've got Martial and Rashford, basically because we have zero choice. We have no choice whatsoever who to have up top there. And I'm left with them, and at the moment, both the players somewhat underperforming. So come on then, Roy, the biggest game of our season yet. What are you going to do for me? And tight marking, Harry Kane, Roberto Firmino. Now, Roberto Firmino scored a handful of goals against us, so I understand that. However, we're also going to hand out a lot of hard tackling because they're pretty much going to be bossing the game, you'd have thought. We want to exert ourselves any way possible, so a few hard tackles will be handy. As I say, we can look at the fitness here. The person who's most unfit, as it were, Marcus Rashford on 96%, so I've got no concerns there. Everyone's pretty sharp again, between 96 and upwards, so I'm happy enough there. So as we get to the team talk, I'm going to passionately tell them that the media have given you a lot of credit recently. It gets me nothing, which is frustrating. This is such a massive game, so we are going to sort of passionately tell them that we have faith. In fact, no, I'm going to assertively tell everybody else that we have faith. Because we need the greens today. We need the morale to try and carry us through. It's pretty good, only 3 players lacking. So what we're going to do, get straight into the game. Hopefully, we can come out of this one, because Real Madrid in the final would be a fantastic spectacle. Of course, he chased Paul Pogba earlier on in the season, so with a little bit of luck, if we get in that final, Pogba could be the one to sink Real Madrid. So the frustrating thing here is, guys, we're on the 20th minute. I'm on extended highlights, and the only thing we've seen at the minute is a foul from Danny Rose. 26 minutes before we've had the first highlight. Right, Ruben Neves to Pogba. David Alaba. Alaba's got 2 men ahead of him. He needs to be careful here so he doesn't lose possession. Plays it inside to Renato Sanchez, to Martial. Martial, this shot, it does get saved by Lloris. Rashford was offside, looking at getting on the rebound. But as I say, those guys have not been that great down that neck of the field just lately. It's Gribbin now to Eric Bailly. Bailly forces a save from Hugo. Well, he doesn't, because it goes wide. We need to do something here. We really, really do. We're holding the game. We've got 60% possession. But it's Tottenham on the attack here with Felipe Anderson. Anderson takes a shot, comes down off the bar, cleared by Eric Bailly, pushed out for a throw-in. That's Tottenham's only Tottenham's second attack. 1 shot on target at the moment. So with a little bit of luck, we can do something. It's Del Alli on the ball. Firmino's got the ball. Ali at the edge of the area now. Ali with a weak shot straight into De Gea's hands. And right, we can calm down a bit. Gribbin to Alaba. Whips a cross in. Hugo Lloris is a match for it. He kicks it upfield though. It only goes as far as Romagnoli. It's Darmian now to Ruben Neves. Neves to Pogba. Pogba tries marching forward. Firmino takes the ball off him. It's Harry Kane on the ball now. Although there's a big clusterfuck in the middle. Gribbin comes out with the ball. Gives it Sanchez. Martial is onside. Martial with a shite shot, it has to be said. 45 minutes in. It's just been a very, very edgy game. No one really pushing for much of an attack. We are going to give it till around about the 60th minute. We're going to, first of all, I'm going to assertively tell the guys that I want to see something else. But we're going to let it chill a bit until about the 60th minute. At that point, we're probably going to start making changes to basically go full on attack, because, of course, we need a goal. It can't remain 1-1. We will go out of the competition, and that's not what we're here for. I'm also going to tell Rashford, book your ideas up some, because you're shit out there tonight. And with a little bit of luck in this second half, we can get a little bit more attacking intent going. It's Sanchez now to Pogba. First highlight, not expecting any fireworks. Del Alli takes a ball off Pogba. That's twice I've seen that happen. Bearing in mind we've not had that many highlights, it's not that great if I've seen it twice in those few highlights. It's Walker to Lamela. Firmino gets cleared out though. Danny Rose now to Felipe Anderson. Del Alli in the middle, loads of space to Lamela. Lamela tries cutting inside. Gets cleared out though. Vertonghen's on the ball. Plays it back to Hugo Lloris, and Tottenham will have to build from the back. Bailly plays it back to De Gea. Alaba now. Pogba. Gribbin to Rashford. Rashford to Martial. Martial from distance. Not good enough. We're not getting into the box. I think at the 55th minute now, it's probably time for us to start looking at making changes. So I'm going to pause it. First and foremost, we want the guys to go attacking. Go to the team instructions. We're going to use passing to space. We want them to go more direct. Want them to play with a normal tempo so that we're getting the ball moving around a lot quicker than usual. We play with a low tempo here. So we're going to click OK there. We'll hit play again. Let these changes take effect. Give the guys a shout. Passionately tell them that we want more from them. And hopefully push them up the field a bit, because at the moment there's no point in us sitting back on 1-1. We need a goal. Ericsson stood over a free kick, plays it to Dembele. Dembele puts it across, it's Lamela, save. Oh, shit. Right, it changes nothing because we needed to score anyway. The difference is now we need to score just to get into extra time. As we can see here, Dembele gets the ball, whips it across. David De Gea does well to save the first one. However, it knocks straight back down to Lamela. And the frustrating thing is possession-wise we're doing all right. Right, hang on, just pause here. Oh no, we can't pause. It's a highlight. Alderweireld. Right, so now pause. Gonna go to tactics and overview. So first of all, who's been playing pretty shit? Rashford's been playing poor. Now I have a little bit of a filthy plan. Gonna bring on Ander Herrera. Now, someone in the comment section said not long ago that Gribbin actually looks like he'd do quite well as a forward, and he would. His anticipation, finishing, and composure's all there. I think, if anything, he's sort of off the ball. He's off the ball's actually good. It's his positioning that's pretty poor. But we are pushing for a win here. We need to try and do something. So I'm also going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to put my complete wing backs to attack as well, which could provide problems ever so slightly. But I'm going to just drop Neves into a bit of a diamond so that he can sit in there. We'll also put him into a half-back role on defend so that when the wing-backs go forward, he can drop in. But hopefully now we can do something, because we've got 20 minutes left. If we nick a goal, we're going to revert back to the way we normally play. We'll drop it onto control and we'll try and see the game out over extra time. But yeah, twitching. Pogba now to Rashford. Gribbin to Rashford again. Still Marcus Rashford, plays it across to Sanchez. Sanchez out to Alaba. Alaba to Rashford. He has the ball took off him by Alderweireld. And the changes we were talking about just a moment ago will start to take effect any second. It's Gribbin. Still Gribbin. Oh, plays it to Martial. He should have went on his own. Martial hits a shot from distance. It was absolute garbage. There is 18 minutes left with the changes that we've just made. Make that 10 minutes. We're dropping into nothing here. Overload in the last 5. 3 minutes left. This is painful. Absolutely painful. 2 minutes to go. We are into injury stoppage time, and it looks like we're going to be going out of the Champions League unless we can force a break here. Pogba. No, he doesn't get the ball. It's Keita. Pogba takes the ball off him. No, it's De Gea. We have a minute left. Can we gain just one attack? It doesn't look like it's going to happen. There we go. Martial, come on, son. Come on, Martial. Oh, my Lord, Alderweireld with a death-defying tackle in the last second. Our corner game is crap. Romagnola tried to get something on it. It's nodded out for a throw-in. There's literally a second or two left. I don't think we're going to get anything from this. It's Pogba whips. Sanchez! Oh, shit. We've won a corner. The whistle's not blown. We're still in with a shout here. It's Ruben Neves to Bailly. Bailly plays it back to Herrera. Bailly hits it again. No. Yes. No. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. We're out. We got player of the match and we're out. The problem here lies with the fact that I lost both Ibra and Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay was the top goal scorer. And, yeah. Poor. So I'm going to be aggressive with the guys. Over the 2 legs, they were shite. I'm really pissed off, to be brutally honest. And we should have, I don't know, I just felt like we should have had a lot more of that. We normally go to teams and we command. It doesn't matter what teams are. I mean, we beat big teams on the way in, Juventus, Barcelona. Okay, Tottenham have upped the game. Tottenham have started to play really well towards the end of the season. I get that. And we've lost players due to injury. You know, it shows the importance of Juan Mata. And it also shows the importance how, for my formation, having 4 quality strikers available at pretty much any one time helps the formation. But, yeah, disappointment is a fair assessment. So there we go then, guys. For a second season on the bounce, we have been eliminated from the Champions League in the semi-final. And when you look at our run of results here, you know, one thing that's surprising if you've been watching the Fergie way from the beginning is I don't think we've ever seen so many turnarounds, so many bad results. You know, the Juventus game there, City here, City again. You know, we did manage to overturn that leg there. But a draw against Bournemouth, it's almost unheard of for the Fergie way. And then, yeah, it's almost as though complacency's crept into the game. We have been hit hard by injuries. I don't want to make excuses, but without a fully fit team, it's not helped. It's the top and bottom of it. So we will march on. The Fergie way will continue on. We have to win the Champions League. We'd said that for a while. The great news is we still could have success going forward here. We've got Brighton and Burnley over the course of the next 2 games in the Premier League, needing 1 point for any one of them is going to win us the Premier League. And then we still have Tottenham in the FA Cup final, so we could maybe exert some revenge there. But at the moment, the way we've been playing against Tottenham, with the injuries, I'm really not sure that we're even going to win the FA Cup. So that being said, guys, if you've enjoyed the episode, somehow me going out, I know it's the internet, sometimes we like to see the losing, But do hit the like button if you have. It helps your channel out tremendously. If you're new around here, hit the sub button. You can catch up on everything that's happened in the Fergie way down in the description there. Oh, sorry, I'm just deflated as hell here. Down in the description, you will find links to both a Season 1 review and a Season 2 review. And other than that, guys, I hope to see you tomorrow night's episode where we hopefully will win the Premier League. I've been Teach FM, and I'll catch you later. See you in a bit.